Why your body knows the truth before your mind does. Have you ever known something before you could explain it? Not suspected, not guessed, known. Your body reacted before your thoughts caught up. A tightening in the stomach, a heaviness in the chest, a sudden urge to step back, or just as powerfully, a sense of calm, relief, or trust. And then moments later, your mind arrived and asked, why do I feel this way? What's the reason? Do I have proof? Most of us were taught to trust the second part, the thinking, and doubt the first. But the body doesn't work on opinion, it works on information. Long before language, logic, or explanation existed, the human body evolved to keep us alive. It learned to detect safety threat, congruence, inconsistency. In fractions of a second. Your mind, by contrast, is slower. It analyzes, it rationalizes. It tries to keep things socially acceptable. So when the body sends a signal that doesn't fit the story you want to believe, the mind often overrides it. Not because the mind is wiser, but because it's louder. This is where self-doubt begins. Not because intuition is unreliable, but because it speaks a different language. Your body is constantly tracking patterns. Not abstract ones, lived ones. Tone of voice, micro-expressions, timing of responses, muscle tension, breath rhythm, energy shifts in a room. You don't consciously register most of this, but your nervous system does. It compares the present moment to thousands of stored experiences. It asks, have I seen this before? What happened last time? Is this familiar or unpredictable? And then it responds, not emotionally. Physiologically, heart rate changes, muscles engage or soften, digestion slows or settles, breathing shifts. This is why the body often reacts before the mind can justify it. Because the body isn't debating, it's recognizing. The problem is that modern life trains us to distrust this intelligence. We're taught to override discomfort, to stay polite, to push through, to doubt sensations unless we can explain them. So when the body sends a signal, the mind rushes in to correct it. Maybe I'm overreacting, maybe I'm projecting, maybe I shouldn't feel this way. But notice something important. The body doesn't accuse. It doesn't catastrophize, it doesn't spin stories. It simply informs. The confusion comes after, when the mind tries to translate sensation into language. And translation is messy. When we learn not to trust ourselves, stay with me here, because this is where many people lose touch with themselves. Most people aren't born disconnected from their bodies. They're trained out of listening. If at any point in life your internal signals were dismissed, minimized, or contradicted, especially by authority figures or caregivers, your system learned a painful lesson. What I feel isn't reliable. So instead of responding to bodily truth, you learned to scan externally. Other people's reactions, social cues, approval, rules. The body kept sending information, but it stopped being trusted. Over time, this creates a split. The body knows, the mind doubts. And that split feels like anxiety. Not because something is wrong with you, but because two systems are out of sync. This is also why people often realize the truth after the moment has passed. In the car, in the shower, at night, the body finally has quiet to speak. And suddenly you think, that's what that feeling was. Don't go anywhere, because next we're going to talk about how to reconnect these two systems without becoming hyper-vigilant or overwhelmed. Intuition isn't urgency. One of the biggest misunderstandings about bodily knowing is this. People think intuition is loud. It isn't. Urgency is loud. Fear is loud. Anxiety is loud. Intuition is calm, even when it's serious. It doesn't rush. It doesn't demand. It doesn't panic. It simply orients. When your nervous system is regulated, intuitive signals feel clear and grounded. When your nervous system is overloaded, everything feels intense, and it's hard to tell what's real information and what's stress. This is why regulation comes first. Not analysis, not explanation. Slower breathing, less stimulation, more space. Intuition doesn't disappear when you pause. Stress does. And when stress settles, the body's signals become easier to hear. This is how trust is rebuilt. Not by forcing belief, but by noticing consistency. The body doesn't change its mind every 5 minutes. It repeats until it's heard. Rebuilding trust with yourself. Let's land this gently. Your body knowing the truth before your mind does isn't mystical. It's not dramatic, it's human. The work isn't to follow every sensation impulsively. It's to listen without dismissal, to pause before overriding, to get curious instead of critical, to ask, what is my body responding to right now? Do I need information or rest? When you start honoring bodily signals, something powerful happens. You stop abandoning yourself. You stop gaslighting your own experience. And slowly, quietly, trust returns. Not blind trust, embodied trust. The kind that doesn't need to shout. If this landed with you, leave a comment and tell me. When was the last time your body knew something before your mind did? Like the video, subscribe, and stay if this kind of grounded human conversation matters to you. As always, this has been Valkyrie. Thanks for stopping by. Until next time, be kind to yourself and others. Lanterns up.